Hello guys and welcome to today's video, and this is a very special update because at the end of this outlook and discussion I'm going to have my 2021, my first 2021 Atlantic hurricane season predictions. Now these are by no means final. I might have another revised version towards like July or August, but as for this prediction, these are what I think is going to happen at the start of the season. So, anyways, here we are. We're looking at the CDAS Nino 3.4 index here. And last week we were talking about the roller coaster ride that was going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it plateaued, and then it went on another roller coaster ride. So right now we are at negative 0.217 on the ENSO 3.4 index here. So what this is pretty much saying is that at this current time, at this moment, we are in cool neutral. But that doesn't absolutely mean we're in cool neutral conditions right now, because it takes a couple of months for it to really catch up with what is going on in the Nino 3.4 region here. So if it stays like this for the next like maybe month and a half, then yes, we're being cool neutral. But we'll see what happens with this. I do think it'll eventually start going down again, and we might eventually make it to close to weak La Nina. We're gonna have to wait and find out for that one. Let's see here. Here are the sea surface temperatures for right now here in the Atlantic, and as you can see, the 26s and 27s are really starting to creep up here on the east coast of Florida too. This is where most of the early season activity starts, is either right here off the coast of Florida or here in the southeastern Gulf of Mexico, and makes its way this way to the north and northeast. And as you can see, the 27s and 26s are pretty far into the Gulf of Mexico now. It won't be too much longer before this eventually invades the whole of the Gulf of Mexico. So I would give that about another three weeks or so, and we might see a lot of 26s and 27s here in the Gulf of Mexico than we see now. The Caribbean actually looks like it cooled down a little bit, which is surprising because the Caribbean is normally your hot spot all year round. But despite the cool down in the Caribbean, it's still plenty favorable for tropical cyclone development with 26s and 27s all across the board here. And that goes for the Eastern Caribbean too. So, even just because you see it cool down a little bit here doesn't mean that it's not warm enough for tropical cyclone development. And we go here to the MDR region, and these 26s and 27s are slowly starting to creep up north. Um, I think they look about to be about the 10 or 12 north line here. So I give that about another month or two before it invades the 20 line maybe. And we're gonna have to wait and see on that. So that is that. We're gonna look at the CDAS-SST anomaly 7-day changes, and as you can see here, the 3.4 region has really warmed up here in the last 7 days. So that's what you're seeing when we look over here at the CDAS Nino 3.4 index. It's showing the warm up here. Um, but overall, the sea surface temperatures anomalies have been warming here in the Atlantic, in the subtropics, and this subtropics temperatures are going to start coming south. I think that's how that works. Yeah. Um, we're gonna get some warmth from the south, maybe some warmth from the north, and that's when it's gonna meet up at the 20-degree line for the MDR region. And here exactly what I was talking about when I say cooling of the Caribbean. As you can see, these blue shades here in the Caribbean Sea. So here is the average mean of everything that's going on with the temperatures in the Atlantic. As you can see, it's still plenty cool in the 3.4 region. So that's why we're in a cool neutral right now, or trying to proceed into a cool neutral at this point in time. And the Caribbean, as you can see, pretty cool, cool down in the last 7 days, and so too here in the main development region. So you can see some cooler temperatures here as we progress a little bit. So, but here is that warmer than normal sea surface temperatures here in the subtropics. That's probably going to start meandering down south here to meet with some warmer temperatures down here in the south, and that's when we're going to have to start paying attention to the MDR region, and also just a little bit of warmer anomalies here in the Gulf of Mexico. All right, so we're gonna switch gears here, and we're gonna look at the NOAA NESDAS sea surface temperatures anomalies and see how that varies from this right here. As you can see, there are some 26. Let's zoom in here. There's some 26s here across the east coast of Florida, right here near Miami and West Palm Beach. This is only going to move more to the north and west and east too as we progress through the coming days and weeks to come. And here you can see the 26s and 27s that are really starting to dominate in the Gulf of Mexico too. It's only a matter of time before the whole Gulf of Mexico gets in on the 26, 27 degree line Celsius, which is like 80, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Like I said, in the Caribbean, there's still plenty of warmth here for tropical developments. Um, there's some greens and light greens here, which is kind of surprising to see. But we're gonna have to wait and see how this progresses for the next like couple of weeks to a month or so. Um, here's some 28s that are trying to bubble in here as we go about the rest of April. But just remind you guys, here in a week and a half, it's gonna be May. It's already gonna be May, and we're gonna have to really start paying attention to, like I said, the southeast Gulf of Mexico, and right off here off the Florida coast for any type of early uh, off-season development of any kind. So I will definitely be paying attention to this for you guys. So stay tuned for any updates I may have in the future about what may or may not happen in these spots in May, if anything happens at all. All right, so let's switch gears again. We're going to look at the local temperatures here, local water temperatures here. And as you can see, like I said, you can see this Gulf Stream here. The Gulf Stream is all the way up there, and they're nearing the 80-degree mark. So that's when we're going to have to start paying attention to some stuff here. And here's some 80s, 81s. Uh, we're pretty much in the upper 70s to low 80s, so this is pretty much favorable, give or take a degree, for tropical development to occur. And we're down here in the Caribbean. We're at 80, 81, which I think that's kind of cool uh, for this time of year. I would think we would be closer to the mid 80s in the Caribbean at this point in time, but it seems like something is preventing these waters from getting to that point. But we still see 80, 81s popping up here. So, like I said earlier, this is plenty warm enough for tropical cyclone development in these regions. And we're just going to have to see how these play out here in the next couple of weeks. I'll definitely be keeping my eye on this. So, let's take a look at the current wind shear right now. And as you can see, but the places that we look for early to off season development has too much shear for any type of development to occur at this point in time. So you can see that we have strong to moderate shear off the east and west coast of Florida here. So we can cross that out for now until this moves out. Besides, it's April. Um, that we're not expecting too much in the terms of tropical development in April. So I'm just going over what the wind shear is looking like at this current point in time. Uh, we're just gonna have to see how this pans out next week and the week after, and so on and so forth until we actually get some activity. As you can see, though, um, the shear used to dominate in the Caribbean, and as you can see, it's starting to lift up a little bit. We have low to no shear whatsoever in the South Caribbean, and we got low to moderate shear in the Northern Caribbean, with little to no shear in the Eastern Caribbean. So, what really caught my attention is what the 0Z Euro showed last night with an organized tropical depression forming. But though that's 9 days out, I think the last time I looked at the Euro for the 12Z, it wasn't there anymore. So if that does pop back up, I will definitely be on top of it and ready to give up some updates on it if that does happen. But we're gonna have to wait and see, as we go closer and closer to time, if it comes back or not. All right, with all of that said and done, I am excited for this next part of this video because I finally get to show off my predictions for the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season. So here we go. Kind of like a drum roll. Here we go. Named storms, 16 to 20 named storms. Hurricanes 8 to 11, and major hurricanes 3 to 5. And these numbers I came up with because of the patterns that I see and that I am looking at right now. As you guys know, Colorado State University, theirs is pretty high. They can call them for 18 named storms, I think. 17 or 18 named storms. It's one of those two. Um, and I think that's pretty high. Usually, Colorado State University is conservative with their numbers, so that's one of the reasons that prompted me to do with 16 to 20 named storms, 8 to 11 hurricanes, and 3 to 5 major hurricanes. As far as all the other signals go, I'm looking at the ENSO forecast, how the sea surface temperatures are looking at, um, and all that other stuff. And just for the fact that we're going to probably be in a cool neutral to a weak La Nina is also a determining factor for these numbers. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. I will be back again next week with another update on the tropics. All right. See you guys then.